Hey guys, this is zMetapod. Welcome back to the channel. So today I'm going to talk about something that the game Rise to War doesn't really explain to you, but it's actually pretty important in the overall grand scheme of PvP and getting the most damage out of your commanders, and that is skill order. So we're going to look at a commander today that has a lot of skills, and you can use them in any ways, but actually the way you skill him matters for his maximum damage output. And that's going to be Gimli as the example for today. So he has 3 damage skills, which makes him fantastic. If any commander has 3 damage skills and is a damage dealing commander, they are excellent for dealing damage. So let's look at the 3 skills that we have here. So we have Experienced Warrior, Durin's Blood, and Lord of the Glittering Caves. So why does it matter what order these are in? So the reason being is that some of them have secondary skills that we need to do to actually buff up the damage of our other skills. So let's look first at Experienced Warrior. So it does well, at max 10 out of 10 does 200% damage, but the secondary effect it has here is that at level 5, which is 5 out of 10, it's plus 6 damage, well, plus 6 attack upon dealing this damage. So when this skill goes off, you get plus 6 attack for your formation. So it's very important. Very good thing to have. And so, next we have Durin's Blood, which does 700% physical damage 10 out of 10 to 1 to 2 enemy formations, and its secondary skill here. In addition, skill damage dealt plus 10% for 3 rounds. So that's all of your skills do plus 10% damage for 3 rounds. Very good. And then we have Lord of the Glittering Caves at 10 out of 10, does 220% physical damage once to 2 formations. Its effects are not as important. It does minus 50% for 2 rounds, and then the target defense goes down by 5 for 2 rounds. So that's also good, but we definitely want to be doing more damage, more attack. So the most important thing is to figure out which way to skill these in order. So for Gimli, because he is a skill damage dealing commander, his skills do the damage, we want to do Durin's Blood first. We want that 10% on Durin's Blood. So we would want to go 10 out of 10 on Durin's Blood first. So we know that Dueling Split has to be first. So it's this highest damage dealing skill, and it'll give 10% skill damage to his other 2 main skills. So now it's the question of, do we do Experienced Warrior next, or Lord of the Glittering Caves? So you might say, at 10 out of 10, this does more damage than this. So we obviously want to go here next. But we don't want to do that, and here's why. We actually only really want this skill here, the plus 6 attack when this does damage. So we actually want Experienced Warrior to go first, because an important thing here is that Experienced Warrior is round 1, which actually means round 2. It says round 1, but the skill doesn't go off until round 2. Dylan's Blood is round 2. The skill doesn't actually go off until round 3. You'll notice that if you read the reports. But so this goes off round 1. This also goes off round 1. So this is very important because we want Experienced Warrior to be the first skill that Gimli uses in round 2. So we have to put points into Experienced Warrior first. And we want this plus 6 attacks. We're actually going to go 5 points into Experienced Warrior so we get this plus attack. And now, with our remaining points, we're going to go into Lord of the Glittering Caves and max this out. And it's at 9 out of 10. When we get one more point, we, of course, want to max out this, and then the rest of the points, as we level up, will go into here, the Experienced Warrior. But this is the way you want to do the damage, because you want the skill damage to come in first, and then the plus attack before you do the most amount of damage. So, when these 3 skills all go off at the same time, it's going to be round 6, because this is going to go off round 3, these go off round 2, so round 6 is where they're going to be at the same time. So in a report, here, let me go find a report for Gimli so I can actually show you this. Here, let's go back here. Maybe it's this one. Oh, we need to go to round 6. All right, we need to find, oh, he didn't even get to attack, so actually let's try to find a different one. Let's do this one. Here we go. Oh, no, wait, no, this one, sorry. All right, so we're going to go to round 6. I'm going to go to Gimli. So, because we did Durin's Blood first, as you see, Durin's Blood is the first skill that activates. We get that 10% damage on our next 2 skills. And then we have Experienced Warrior going off, which is going to give more damage. So at this point, we're at plus 18. because it's gone off 3 times already. So that's +6, +6, +6 for 18 attack. And then Lord of the Glittering Caves finally goes off, and just look at the damage it does. 1862, that's a lot of damage compared to what it did probably in round 2. If we go back and look in round 2 for Lord of the Glittering Caves before that. I did 1821, 1688. In round 6, it was doing... Lord of the Glittering Caves was doing 1862 and 1928. So you can see that because of the buffs that we were giving it, it was doing more damage by the end of the battle. So I hope this video kind of made sense for you guys, just showing that skill order does matter on some commanders. Some other commanders it does matter on as well will be Aragorn, King of Men. And this is also true for a normal Aragorn because Anduril, I don't know if I'm saying that right, Anduril, it has the skill where it's plus 10% for 2 rounds with his damage. So you want this skill to go off before Strider in round 4. No, this is also going to be round 6 because it's 3 and 1. Yeah, it'll be round 6 again. But actually, when this goes off, the next round, Strider will also do more damage. So yes, you want this to go off. So that way Strider's doing more damage. We already talked about that. Dane is also the same. You want Dune's Blood first because it's 10% skill. It then doesn't matter because his other things don't happen that much, but the minus 10% defense is also very good, and his next instance of damage is plus 10%, which is great when you get Ironfoot leveled up, because then Ironfoot's going to start doing more damage as well. So that's kind of the video, guys. I hope this kind of made sense for you all, and seeing how the way you skill your commanders does actually matter, and it'll show. If you go ahead and fix your commanders and put them in the right skill order, you'll see over time that you're going to be doing more damage against other PvP formations and also in PvE. Alright guys, well that's it for this video. If you liked what you saw today, please leave me a like, and if you can, please subscribe. It does help me out a lot as I'm starting to make these beginner's guides for Lord of the Rings Rise to War. The game has been dying a bit, and I'm hoping to kind of bring it back up by helping some of the newer players get back into the game. So, with that, this has been zMetapod, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye.